I'm Marnie, and I've been obsessed with documentaries.
And I'm Chrissy. I haven't, but I'm giving it a go.
We watch so you don't have to. Or maybe you do, and just want a completely fact-free synopsis.
Expect spoilers and tangents.
Because we're not here to educate.
We trade accuracy for entertainment every time.
This is the Gist Project.
This is it.
Back together again!
Yep.
Here we go!
Or is it the first time? I
That's
guess you
true.
Just don't know.
Well, back together again in terms of yet another gathering.
Yes.
Here we go again on our own. Down the only road we'll ever know.
Yep.
Like a twister, I was born. Okay, I'm done.
You got it.
You know that song, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Just checking. Because I don't even know the name of it. Do you?
Nope. Not
Okay.
off the top of my head.
All I know is that it's from that movie. Cool, Marnie. Cool story. With Will Ferrell. He sings it.
Sure.
In his wedding.
Old School.
Old School. There it is. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. So Moon, this is season 0, episode 1. Here we go, kicking it off.
Yeah, we're doing it.
We are. So we haven't seen each other in a while.
No.
What's been up, man?
Well, I guess as my shirt implies, this weekend was hockey for me.
Mm-hmm.
So Mary's on what they call a prospects team. And so
sounds important.
It's very important. Yeah,
obviously.
The most important. Anybody that has a hockey player. No, I'm just kidding. But it was fun for us.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a playoffs, and her team was seeded 5th. And so we kind of went into it going, it was a fun little run, right?
This
was our
will do.
First time.
Yeah.
And then we won our first game. It's like, oh, sweet. We finally won. And then we won against the number 1 seeded team. And then we won again today. So we are champions and we'll be moving on.
I mean, I think victory is even sweeter when it's kind of a little unexpected, right?
Well, the underdogs, right?
Right.
Everybody loves a come from behind story. So that's what we did. And that was, I did nothing of it. I just drove.
But actually, that's a good question. Where were these?
St. Cloud.
Okay. So
Close.
Not too far away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that, and then I did Lucy's swim as well. So I was really sport mom mode.
Yeah.
Weekend.
I mean, hockey, swimming.
Yeah.
All the things.
Let me brag about Lucy for 1 second.
Please do.
She did drop 7 seconds off her 500.
Amazing.
Yeah. So she did really well. I was watching her splits as she's swimming. She did. I love to give her a little feedback for fun.
Of course.
Because I know she hates it. But I was like, if you just got your 50s a little quicker, your time would reduce.
It's this thing called math.
Yeah. And she was like, just rolled those eyes way back.
Yeah. As my mom would say, that she can hear my eyes rolling in my head.
Yeah.
Could you hear Lucy's?
I knew it was coming when I said it. And that's why I did. Because we could laugh about that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so that's the key with kids, right? Like if you say something and it's cringeworthy and they're dying inside and their eyes are rolling, but like you get a little bit of, joy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And if they can laugh about it, but if you say something and it's intrinsically makes them feel bad, then it's not good.
Yeah.
That's our parenting advice. I mean, for those out there that are looking for beacons of hope, here it is.
This is it. Yeah. Read the room, know your kids.
Yeah.
Say the right things.
Oh, or not.
And sometimes we don't. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. What a successful weekend.
Momming it. Really hardcore.
So with the swim meet, was that kind of a one and done, or is there a next step to that one?
No, this one was True Team, and the girls did not place to go to True Team State.
Okay.
So it was tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough season for those girls, but they're hanging in there.
And didn't we change the teams in which we're competing against?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tougher.
Yeah. So now we're up against all the big dogs in our little town.
Yep.
Little town community. Well, yay for the girls.
Yeah, so it was a good one. How about you? You've been busy.
I have been busy. My big highlight is that I saw Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh,
it was great.
Was it good?
Yes. So it was a community play directed by my mom. So obviously I'm
Aw.
there, number one, to support my mom. Number
Yeah.
two, love theater. Number three, two friends were in it, Dave Chrisman and Sarah Robinson.
Oh,
And
fun.
Sarah's husband, Chris, who is Christopher, who is not an actor. So this was like his first performance. It was amazing. The vibe, the music, the crowd was filled. I think it was the second night, so it wasn't the opener, but energy was high. It was a lot of fun. It
Good.
As I will say about any play,
Yeah.
okay? Even those which my children are in, it was long.
Oh,
There isn't a play I won't say that about, with the exception of maybe Pirates of Penzance and Six, the
those
Six
are
Wives of Henry
okay.
VIII. That was perfect. It was like an hour and 15 minutes. I
Yeah.
didn't even have to pee.
They do go a long time. I had a coworker in Fiddler on the Roof.
Really?
Paul.
Okay.
I can't tell you what he played.
Okay, there
'Cause
were a
I
lot
didn't
of
go.
roles that I don't know what they were.
Mhm.
You know, they were bottle dancers, there were chorus people, but
Yeah.
it was a tremendous performance, and I was there with Addie, Jeff brought Chris, so it was
Oh, good.
yeah, all
Yeah.
in. Piper was like,
Supporting
"No,
the
thank you."
Yeah, community theater though. I like that overall. So
Yeah. So
good.
it was a great way to kick off the weekend.
Yeah.
So Moon, as we know, and our big debut, we're here to talk about documentaries.
Oh yeah.
And this is a goodie.
Yeah. WeWork,
Uh-huh.
or the making and breaking of a $47 billion unicorn. That's what is titled.
It's a long title that actually doesn't necessarily fit on the RSS feeds of which a podcast is sent out. So we're just going to call it WeWork for simplicity's sake.
We watched it on Hulu. This is taking place around 2019, I think, ish. Yeah.
It's still in existence.
Is it?
Yeah, they're still around. I made a vow to myself that perhaps I would do a little bit of research, even an ounce. 5 minutes before we record, that I'd find out what things were occurring on the topic, and I didn't. So,
Okay.
But I do know that there are still WeWorks as of 2021 or 2. I was in one.
You were?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay. Wow.
So, do you want to tell us about it? Do you want to give our 796 viewers your thoughts on the synopsis?
First impression here?
Oh yeah. Please tell me.
Of
The
that
tile. Okay, so we're gonna
Well,
pop it up.
I don't feel like I knew what this was, but then I actually did. So I see a person in a power stance. They're looking out this window at a vast, sprawling city, and then there's these yellow WeWork signs scattered all over.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wrote down, is this the thing where you shared office space? Question mark. Well, I think I was right.
You sure were?
Yeah.
Okay, so first
I did
impression,
know. Yeah.
you were spot on.
Yes, because most of the time I'm not going to have a clue what we're talking about.
Well, that's part of the charm.
Yeah, here I did.
That's part of the charm.
Mm-hmm.
My first impression when I looked at the tile was, that's a horrible wig.
What are you?
Did you see the guy? So I think it's the embodiment of Adam Newman. There was a man standing there with his back to the camera, and it was the world's worst wig.
I see. I didn't notice the wig at all. But he was the power stance. You saw the WeWork in the...
Oh, yeah. I saw all of that, but nothing else mattered other than that bad wig. That's all I saw.
I didn't notice that one bit.
I wrote, bad wig, bad suit, nice view.
Okay.
And then I noted, I have experience with WeWork.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you a little bit about this documentary.
Please do.
It's about this company WeWork and Adam Newman, co-founder.
Mm-hmm.
That's really about it. I mean, this is a show about how they tried to explain WeWork, and I feel like I don't have it.
Well, you know why? Because it really was this nebulous, moving hydra of a thing.
Because it's like real estate?
Question mark?
Yeah, or a business model.
Social media platform? Movement?
Yeah, you got me there.
Commune?
Yeah. So that's the synopsis. I mean,
Yeah.
you tell me.
And did it say anything about rise and fall of WeWork? Because that would also be appropriate.
That would be appropriate. We saw a graph at one point and it rose up and then it rose down. It fell down. Yeah.
I mean, when I look back at my notes, I try to like call out numbers, and on one page it says 1.6 billion in 2013 and then 20 billion in 2017.
Yes.
2017. Right. So I mean, an almost an 18 or a more than an $18 billion jump. But I think in order to be a unicorn, and this is the extent of my investing knowledge, it's a spoiler that I don't have billions of dollars. So this may disappoint some of our listeners. But yet. You're right. You're right. Mm-hmm. But in order to be a unicorn, I think you have to hit 100 billion. You're a startup and you hit 100 billion, thus a unicorn.
Oh. I felt like it was a lower number, but I didn't write it down.
Okay. Well,
I think they told us.
They probably did.
Yeah. So,
and I'm probably wrong.
If you viewed it, let us know.
Yeah. Keep us honest. But so WeWork, and here's where my experience with WeWork is very anticlimactic, for the record.
Yeah. Oh, then get it over with.
I'm going to get it over. Yeah. Here it is. Okay. It was 2021. Thus, New York City was still not up and running, right? It was still post-COVID, kind of apocalyptic. I think our office of where I work was not open. So we were gathering for a meeting and needed to find a place that was available for more than like 3 people within 3 feet distance. Thus we went, and it was a beautiful office. It was a nice little space. It was as described. And when you watch this I almost said this spoiler, when you watch this documentary filled with spoilers in our podcast here, beautiful wood floor, lots of light, glass,
plants.
There were plants, although at the time I didn't really notice them that much. I kind of went from elevator to room to restroom and back. It was maybe a half day.
Didn't stop at the snacks.
I didn't stop at the snacks. And quite honestly, at that time, I wasn't overwhelmed by it. I think I remember seeing a coffee maker with the pods, nothing like the espresso bar or the dirty soda machines that they sort of think they give the impression that they have. Yeah. So there's my story.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nothing to do with the commune. That's for sure.
No, but it sounds like Adam Newman, who is the co-founder, I think he grew up in a commune or
a kibbutz.
A kibbutz in Israel, right?
Yep.
And then Miguel, who is also a co-founder, he grew up in a commune.
And do we know which one?
No.
Or where?
Oregon, maybe? I
Sounds
thought
right.
Pacific Northwest for some reason.
Okay.
So Adam is called Mr. Outside and Miguel is Mr. Inside. And we can see why. Because Adam is the face of this company. And Miguel, we did see him.
Kind of.
Not... He was definitely Mr. Inside. I didn't really see him.
He was an architect, right? By trade. So I think he and Adam got together and there was all kinds of real estate to repurpose, in a sense. Adam's vision was, let's rebuild connectivity amongst entrepreneurs. So this is where I kind of give him some credit. He's not wrong. And especially now in 2025, when I think of when I leave engagements for work, for example, or social events, it's exciting to be in person. Sometimes you need to recover a little bit as like an ambivert or an introvert.
Yeah.
However, you don't have the idea exchange sitting in your living room.
Well, I thought this looked like a good idea. I did agree. This looks like a good idea. But I just was so confused about how is it growing so... I mean, like, they are in separate offices in one building, doing their own things. How are they making so much money? How is WeWork making so much money?
So my understanding, and as we know, this is grain of salt.
Okay.
we had someone named Lisa who essentially was the community manager. So Adam has this vision. He's like, what I want to do is build a space that is a commune for entrepreneurs. That was the idea. And the idea was that by building these spaces where he will, jumping to the end, solve world hunger. We'll get there. We'll get there. But in the meantime, the way that he set this up, and to answer your question about how is this a business, he identified and set Lisa out to get renters or people who would rent space. And I believe you could rent a suite, like an enclosed office space. You could rent a chair, but there was a business model that flexed according to your needs and budget.
But then you pay for your space, and that is that.
Yes.
So
it is a rental.
It's a rental.
Yes.
And because you have nothing to do with what you're actually doing in your space.
Correct.
The money WeWork makes is from the rental itself.
But they, like, time and time again, denied being a real estate or a rental company. In fact, what I wrote down is that they have a community adjusted EBITDA. In other words, like, don't box us into this particular model because we're not. But then when pressed as to what model they are, they didn't also, nobody puts baby in a corner.
No, I guess not. So we'll talk a little bit about, I think they were able to just really grow fast because it comes from after 08, 09, that recession.
Mm-hmm.
And then tech is the future. And it's all optimistic. And yeah, it's all togetherness. This is the next revolution, community, golden rule.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of happy rainbows.
Communal millennials is what I wrote down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. They built the offices. They made them beautiful. They had their snack spaces. I even feel like there was beer on tap.
Probably.
In 2012, they were a $97 million valuation.
Yeah. And I think it was around this time that they started having WeWork Camp.
Yes. I would want to go to that.
I think so too.
They had...
if I was a single person living in this space, there's no way in hell I would want to go now.
No.
Right? So we're putting ourselves in that lifestyle at that moment in time.
Yep. And they have a survival skills station.
Obviously.
Water sports.
Yep.
Probably a ropes course. I mean, like, they have all the things, plus dancing and drinks.
Yep.
And it looked like Drunk Fest. But it looks like so much fun. And they say the New York summer camp was Fire Fest gone right. which was so funny. But it did look like it was a good time. In 2012.
What's interesting, though, so I know we've got our cast of characters, and there's Don Lewis, who's an attorney. I don't know if he was an attorney for WeWork, or was he an entrepreneurial attorney who worked at a WeWork facility?
Question mark.
Okay. We'll write that down in the we'll never know kind of category.
Yep.
What I loved is that he was pulled aside by somebody, and he's like, "Excuse me, is this some kind of a cult?"
Yeah.
And he was, I think he didn't know how to answer that.
Yeah.
Because the answer is kind of. Right?
Because then you meet August, and he was a community member, or he, I think, was working at a WeWork. And he was approached to live at a WeLive. And this is where my eyes rolled.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here we fucking go.
Yeah. I am so curious, though. What did August pay for rent? For
his 200 square foot little apartment?
Do you think this room is 200 square feet?
Is it 10 by 10?
Oh my God.
Well, I think
probably.
I think that's only 100 square feet.
You're
then
right.
Double it.
That's not that bad. That's like a tiny house.
You can't. Yeah. So this works fine.
Yeah.
I mean, plus it's not about that. It's about the communal space. I think in this, it's another real world. The show on MTV.
Yeah. That
not
was
the
popular
real world
when
we're
we
living
were
in. Real world, we don't do this. But this is when I know the shows are going off the rails, when they start living in a community together.
It's when I
get a
start
little
loving
bit
it.
weirded out, but fine. So we have We Live.
Yep.
And is this the same concept then?
Yes, I think, but I think there's WeWorks, and then there. August mentioned that it was a very exclusive, one time only. You must quit your lease with it. You have hours
Fill out
to
this
make this.
application.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I got the sense that it was similar to some sort of Illuminati indoctrination where you
Same.
would get together and then it was like, behold, these are your new roommates and you are the chosen people. So I don't.
Oh, and you happen to be single.
Right.
And probably good looking.
Right. And I think August said that it was similar to like Eyes Wide Shut meetup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody gets together and they're put in this. And I think this is where the commune, and nothing against a commune. In fact, you and I have talked about this. Commune for retired old women who just want to be retired old women.
Read Golden Girls. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like this is not a bad concept.
No.
And for people in New York City, and as social media continues to expound and separate people while also connecting them, it's a cool concept.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with this.
No.
Until we get to, I think maybe Rebecca, the wife of Adam, is a little different.
Oh.
She takes this to another level. She's Gwyneth Paltrow's cousin.
Well, and apparently she won't let you forget that.
No.
We lead with that fact, apparently.
Yes. And she wrote, directed, and starred in her own movie called Awake, which I'm not going to ever watch ever.
No, we saw 2 minutes and that was enough.
Yeah.
I know that our podcast is not about being judgmental or mean, but I don't have a lot of nice things to say about this gal.
Neither do I. I thought she was weird.
She was weird, controlling, and kind of inserted herself as one of the founders, and she was not. Her voice was a little tough to listen to.
I just am going to say, when they talked, then we're already working together, living together. And when she brought up the We Grow, an educational thing, and I thought, no, I have a problem with that.
Well, it basically negates all of the institutions who have spent years working on this thing called education.
And a curriculum.
Right.
And like it or not, a set of standards to kind of educate the children there to maybe reach a certain goal by a certain time. I mean, I'm not hooked on it, but wow.
Well, and to just kind of start this out of nowhere without any credentials to do so. Here's the thing. We have no right to have a podcast, but we figured it out. But we also wouldn't say that we're experts in podcasts, nor would we start some sort of business.
No.
And I think that's where she went from starting this WeWork, which is a good business concept, to We Live, which is getting a little weird, to now all of a sudden, let's go all in and have your children be educated by people who are probably non academics.
Yeah. Well, their mission statement is our same mission statement, and that is to elevate the world's consciousness.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. It is.
But man, I didn't like it at all.
I know. Well, was it when they called themselves the president of the world? Was that when it got to you?
That was a goal. Yeah, that was a goal. No, we'll get there, but they have a school. They had a school. They made a school.
Yeah.
And it was when they named it. No, they planned to launch the school. Student of Life for Life. And they called it Soulful.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
That is where I'm at.
I don't even know what that means anymore. There's so many, when you put too many words together.
And then make it a thing. Like a soulful. And then they SOLFL.
Oh.
Student of Life for Life.
Oh, I see. The acronym was
SOLFL. And then they pronounce it soulful. I'm like,
shoot.
that's too much. No.
Yeah.
You lost us at this stupid idea. Maybe we're old.
Well, of course we're old, but here's the thing. The target audience were young single millennials.
Mm-hmm.
Was this then an add-on business model as they started to then couple and want to raise families? Therefore, then these children were becoming just a part of this WeWork.
I guess if you're like sitting down, writing on a plan to become the president of the whole world,
Yeah,
you'd probably have to start with that in mind.
I think.
Otherwise, how do you, for lack of a better word, indoctrinate people into this idea? But it was a weird concept.
It was.
I think it'd be hard to get the mainstream on board with just being like, yeah, let's go to this silly school.
Soulful.
Yeah.
Soulful.
Soulful
silly.
Oh, it's not even spelled correctly.
I bet that drove you nuts.
Well, it's dumb. But anyway, so all this is happening. We went from $97 million valuation. You've already said this.
Mm-hmm.
We go up to 1.6 billion.
Yep.
Then up to 5.
Yep.
Then up to 16.9 in 2016. Then SoftBank comes in 2017 and infuses $4 billion.
This is where things get weird to me. I'm not quite sure what he was funding, but I did write down that this guy, Masa, is a well-respected tech investor.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, he's got the street cred of somebody who knows what he's doing. He believed in this kid, and I'm sure that there was something to believe in. But what he was investing was not entirely clear. His quote to Adam while in the car, I think he had 7 minutes that he was giving him
12,
a tour. 12 minutes? Yeah. Okay. 12 minutes to give the tour. And then he said, yeah, you can hop in my car and tell me more about it. And I think he was going to flip up the slides, and he said, no, let's just talk. And then he asked Adam, when you're in a fight, do you pick the smart person or the crazy person? And I don't remember what Adam's answer was because it doesn't matter. Yeah. But Masa's response, or what the answer that he wanted from him, was, you pick the crazy person. So go crazy.
Yeah.
That was his advice. Now, that sounds brilliant. Like, go crazy, go big. This is a paper towel. Yeah. This is a paper towel. I didn't even bother to get an actual Kleenex. It's just a paper towel. That's where it's like, oh, he gave him the permission to go after it, but after what?
After
more?
I'm still questioning what WeWork is.
But come back to the foundation of it all.
I mean, it just is growing astronomically, and that's because they're expanding all over the place. But I'm still really, it's just because everybody wants to do this, ? So then their rents are.
Well, it says community adjusted. So when they have to file what their valuation is, they were able to cook the books in a sense. So it got up to 45 billion in 2018, but I wrote down that it was community adjusted, meaning like that it's their roving, moving, ubiquitous requirements or criteria for valuation.
Yeah, it's like a little asterisk, like psych, not true.
Right. Whatever we want it is.
Yeah. So that's what happened. I think they were, now this is way out of my league, but I believe they were trying to go public.
Yep.
So they had to fill out something called an S1.
Yep.
And when that came out, it was like, these people who are serious people were like, that is so wackadoo.
Yeah.
You're wrong. These things are just inherently wrong. And they went from $47 billion down the tanks.
In 2 weeks.
To $10 to $15 billion.
Yeah. So one of my favorite parts, well, there were a couple, and one of which is a quote that we'll get to. But I really liked the NYU professor.
Oh, yeah.
He was fantastic. He was sitting in his
I
apartment.
wonder if I wrote
He
down.
had a one of those old school bar carts filled with booze behind
Mm-hmm.
him, even though I don't think he had to just put his booze collection in one tiny little cart. That apartment looked like it could host it anywhere. Anyways, he said that he was on vacation when he got the news that WeWork filed this S1, which, to your point, is a precursor to going public. And his quote was, "They were running fucking desks." That I mean, so he stopped his vacation.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to go offline. Like, this thing is an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I've got to read this. And so he did, and it became wildly clear that this was in no certain circumstances worth what they were claiming it was. And that's where, like you said, it went from 47 to 30 to 10. And then by the time I believe Adam stepped down, it was 1.7.
That
Or
was
no,
his.
no, I'm sorry. That's what he got for stepping
Yeah.
down,
Yes.
which is bananas. From what?
I know. And so here we've got the. I'm gonna say the summer camps turn into a bonkers thing too.
Yeah.
That looked like it went from fun to dud because they wore tracking bracelets.
That's
watched it,
right.
people, but I think they wore tracking bracelets, and then they were holding hands. Stop.
We know
Anytime
how we
we're
feel about holding hands.
Okay, and then their goal of tackling like abused children and children without parents and world hunger, and that's when we come into the president of the world. I mean, they said that, right?
They did. They did.
So these are our hopes and dreams, which just seem like really crazy.
It'd be really neat, Moon, if we could write down our hopes and dreams and then just get paid for that.
So basically, this is their idea and this is their project. And he takes the $1.7 billion, lays off 6,000 people,
Yeah.
and was like, "Oh, see ya."
Right.
I mean, what? Okay, that
so much for your vision of
Yeah.
togetherness.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I wanted my money.
Yep. We'll
and
see
now we're
you
out.
later. That bugs me. That's probably what bothered me the most about this one.
That he's such a fraud.
Yeah. That. I mean, I guess I can understand. Like, you get to a lifestyle, but dude, was that your plan? I don't get it.
I guess it kind of like all of these weird culty movements, if you will.
Yeah.
I think you start with the intention. You start with some healthy intentions.
Yeah.
I do think that he believed in this. And quite honestly, I've always wanted to try a kibbutz. I don't think I'd be allowed in.
Probably not.
In fact, I'm going to try to apply and see what happens.
I know that commune living sounds great. I wouldn't make it. Well, unless we crocheted all day.
Exactly.
But they'd ask me to do work.
But what if it was like taking care of plants?
Well, that's stuff we can do, but how are we going to get paid for that?
Well, I think the part of being on a kibbutz is that you don't. You go there and you get your housing and you get your food, but you have to like do all kinds of chores because it's communal living.
Yeah.
Can we try it for like a month?
This is where we're going to fail. We obviously won't be the leaders.
No.
This free world. Or will we? Because this is starting off as really benign. Like this podcast, right now we're not taking over the world. We're not even talking about it.
No.
But
you never know.
You never do know.
You may get to a point where you're like, I am transcending that of normal human intelligence.
Yep.
Just by speaking my words. And that seems to be what Adam believed. And in the very beginning of this show, he was producing his video, or it was outtakes of this going public. So kind of like tying it all the way back. Do you remember what he did?
He messed it up all day.
He farted too.
Did he? Yeah. It's not very professional from CWO. They named that too.
Did you write down how Don Lewis said, "I will never say that ever"?
Yeah. I don't know if I wrote it down, but I do remember him saying that. Yeah. Yep. CWO. Please stop.
I know. CWO.
I would have said that. Please be done.
He said, I'm not doing that I'm not saying that or doing that for my entire life. I
don't blame him.
I don't either. It seems like, unlike some of the other podcasts that we will be watching,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people were treated inhumanely.
No, not bad.
And I don't think that there were any allegations of abuse, mistreatment. I mean, they had to fire someone. There was a 7% cut, and the way in which they did it was
Yeah,
unprofessional.
I think that Jana, she was one of the WeWork managers.
Yeah.
And they did, again, they did do a lot of work,
Mhm.
but I think they were paid.
Yep, I believe so.
And she was doing a lot of work, which led her to be checking her boss's emails, which led her to see, oh, she's going to get fired.
Right.
So then she kind of dug in, and she was one of the people that was supposed to be fired. But they had to lay off 7% of the workload. Yeah.
And which is not uncommon, right? Like in the big wide world of companies, like layoffs happen.
Yeah.
So that sucked. I wouldn't want that for anybody. I think where it gets a little tough to swallow is that these people were underpaid, and with the idea that they had equity, quote unquote equity. So here's where it is kind of nefarious in a sense, where you're given equity, but if that equity, back to the valuation, is nothing, you think that you're happy making, I don't know, 30K a year in New York,
Mhm.
which is not much, but you've got all this equity that's worth all this money, but then in actuality it's worth absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And then you get fired.
Yeah, that needed an asterisk too. Like, this isn't
Sure did.
actually. I mean, and it's all legalese, which is hard for people to understand.
Again, coming
Included
back
in
to
that,
like,
yeah.
who reads it?
Yep.
That, I mean, you send it through, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
click.
Exactly. So anyway, I don't know. I don't have a lot more to say about this one.
I don't
It
either.
didn't bother me, but it did. I am surprised that they're still going, but maybe not.
Well, as of 2021, the CEO, and I don't think he calls himself a CWO.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the CEO said that their goal was to achieve profitability and to go public.
That's a good
So
goal.
that was 4 years ago. God knows what happens in between. But as is our standard coming out of this, any one-liners you throw on a bumper sticker or a shirt?
Well, I'd make a birthday card.
Okay, which one?
It's going to be a specific, you're turning 30. Happy 30th. Unless this is what you were going to do. But I'll say mine.
I want it.
Okay. Happy birthday. If you tell a 30-something-year-old male that he's Jesus Christ, he's inclined to believe you. And then maybe another happy birthday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would you give that to a 30-year-old male, or would you give that to somebody who knows better?
Nope, a 30-year-old male.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are Jesus Christ. Happy birthday. You are Jesus Christ.
I'd probably just do the quote. If you tell a 30, yeah, maybe I would do that.
Right?
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
This is your gift.
Yep.
And they would believe you. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that comes back to he did kind of believe that, president of the world.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. What about you?
What
kind of
I really liked the NYU professor's comment about a Nantucket sleigh ride.
I also have that.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So for our viewers and listeners, a Nantucket sleigh ride, in Marnie's words, is to hitch a whale, or you boon a whale,
mm-hmm.
and then that whale's like, and takes you on a ride. So you're stuck to the whale, and the whale is bringing you further and further out to sea.
Yeah.
So it's basically you're on a joyride to hell.
And you'd put it on a shirt.
Right.
I mean, I'd want you to put it on a shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would want somebody to say, what's a Nantucket
with a
sleigh ride?
kind of thing.
With a big whale.
Yeah.
A whale with clearly a higher IQ than the person of which to boon it to.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't do a harpooning whales ever, but.
Well, you're right. That's mean.
But that's a good shirt.
But could we put it in a harness?
Great term. Yeah. Let's harness the whale.
A nice, gentle lead harness.
Like a dog leash.
Yeah. With I do believe dog harnesses have quick release.
Yep.
So for our particular whale, it will be humane with a harness and quick release.
Yeah.
So that when he's done with us,
he can just be like out.
Yeah. He or she is like, I'm done with it. No more free rides, guys.
See ya.
Yeah. So, I mean, thanks, WeWork. We're not joining.
No.
We will not be joining. We will pass.
We'll pass. Yeah.
Right. But Moon, speaking of what we will do, I've got an idea for our next podcast.
What's that?
Implosion.
Okay.
The story about the guy, I think his name's Stockton.
Of course it's Stockton.
Yes, of course. He has some sort of company, and unfortunately they go down in a submarine and people die.
That'll be interesting because I did hear about that in the news.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I think that's what we could do next.
Good.
So for those of you tuning in next week, it'll be Implosion.
Perfect.
All right. Well, talk to you later.
We out.
Bye. Well, there you have it. You may have picked up on a fact or two.
Or just convinced yourself you did.
Either way, that's the GIST Project. Never educational, but always entertaining.